Malik Willis was having the game of his life for the Green Bay Packers on Saturday night against Baltimore before an untimely injury forced him from the contest in the fourth quarter. The 26-year-old quarterback was putting together a performance that had Lambeau Field buzzing with excitement. Prior to his departure, Willis had completed 18 of 21 passes for 288 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. He also contributed 9 carries for 60 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, showcasing his dual-threat ability in his first start of the season. Willis stepped in for injured starter Jordan Love, and for 3.5 quarters he looked like he belonged. Unfortunately for Green Bay, their backup quarterback was forced to exit after sustaining a shoulder injury in the final frame, throwing the Packers' quarterback situation into further chaos. The injury occurred on a non-contact play, making it particularly concerning. Willis was seen getting down on one knee while holding his shoulder after releasing a pass. He immediately signaled to the bench, and the coaching staff decided to pull him from the game as a precaution. Shortly after Willis's early exit, the Packers announced his status remained uncertain for the remainder of the contest. Quarterback Malik Willis is questionable to return with a right shoulder injury, the team posted on social media, leaving fans wondering if they'd see their backup return. Willis may have aggravated an existing throwing shoulder issue. He first sustained the injury in Green Bay's Week 16 loss to the Chicago Bears, and Willis was initially listed as questionable to play against the Ravens after missing practice during the week. The decision to start him despite the injury now looks questionable in hindsight. Willis headed to the locker room on Saturday to get evaluated by the medical team. The good news came when he was seen jogging back onto the field shortly after, which drew cheers from the home crowd at Lambeau Field. His return to the sideline suggested the injury wasn't as serious as initially feared. Third-string quarterback Clayton Tune replaced Willis after the injury, but his entrance couldn't have gone worse. Tune immediately threw an interception on his very first pass attempt, a disastrous start that epitomized Green Bay's struggles. It was also Tune who checked back in for the Packers' final drive of the game, with Willis left watching helplessly from the bench. Baltimore ended up winning convincingly, 41-24, dominating in all 3 phases. The Packers dropped to 9-5-1 with their 3rd straight loss, a skid that allowed the Bears to secure the NFC North championship at 11-4. Chicago clinched the division without even taking the field, watching Green Bay's collapse from afar. Willis did not return to the game despite jogging back to the sideline, suggesting the coaching staff wanted to protect him from further injury with the game slipping away. His status for Green Bay's next contest, along with that of Jordan Love for Week 18 against the Minnesota Vikings, remains completely up in the air. The Packers now face a potential nightmare scenario heading into the regular season finale. Love remains in concussion protocol with no clear timeline for return. Willis showed he could perform at a high level, but now has his own injury concerns. That leaves Tune as the only healthy quarterback on the roster, and his brief appearance Saturday offered little confidence. Green Bay's quarterback depth has been tested repeatedly this season, but this situation represents the most precarious moment yet. The regular season finale against Minnesota suddenly carries enormous weight, not just for playoff seeding, but for simply having a competent signal caller under center. For comprehensive NFL coverage and breaking updates on the Packers' quarterback situation, subscribe to USA Today News. We deliver professional analysis and real-time news on all the biggest stories in professional sports. Hit that subscribe button and enable notifications so you stay informed as this developing story unfolds.